Once upon a time, in a suburban village, between rolling hills and whispering streams, there lived a young woman named Ava. She was known for her gentle heart and warm spirit, qualities that had drawn her beloved husband, Henry, to her side. Henry's mother, the formidable Lady Cordelia, was a figure of elegance and grace in the village. She held court with her sharp wit and keen intellect, and Ava had always admired her from afar. When Ava and Henry wed, it seemed as though their families would blend seamlessly, like colors merging on an artist's palette. In those early days of their marriage, Ava and Lady Cordelia shared a bond that seemed unbreakable. They would spend hours together, their laughter ringing through the halls of the grand estate where Lady Cordelia resided. They spoke of dreams and aspirations, of love and loss, and Ava felt as though she had found a second mother in her mother-in-law. But as the seasons changed and time marched forward, a new chapter began to unfold. Ava discovered that she was with child, a tiny miracle growing within her womb. She was filled with joy and excitement, eager to share the news with her husband's family. When Ava revealed her pregnancy to Lady Cordelia, she expected to be met with open arms and jubilant congratulations. Instead, she found herself faced with a chilly silence, a frosty demeanor that sent a shiver down her spine. Lady Cordelia's once warm gaze turned cold, her smiles became strained, and the bond that had once bound them together began to fray at the edges. Ava couldn't understand what had changed, what had caused this sudden shift in their relationship. She tried to reach out to Lady Cordelia, to bridge the growing chasm between them, but her attempts were met with resistance. Lady Cordelia remained distant, her words guarded and her actions aloof. As the months passed and Ava's belly swelled with the promise of new life, the divide between them widened until it seemed insurmountable. Lady Cordelia's disapproval hung heavy in the air, casting a shadow over what should have been a time of joy and celebration. And then came the day when Henry was forced to choose between his wife and his mother, torn between the two women he loved most in the world. In the end, he chose Ava, his loyalty lying with the family he had created rather than the one he had been born into. As Henry walked away, hand in hand with his beloved wife, Ava couldn't help but feel a pang of sadness for the bond that had been lost. She mourned the friendship that had once been, the connection that had slipped through their fingers like grains of sand. But as she looked down at the life growing within her, she knew that she had made the right choice. For in the end, love would always conquer fear, and family would always stand united, no matter the trials they faced along the way.